live in a while. There's all kind of options for me nowadays. What is that? Just wait. I can show some pretty country view until somebody shows up. Well, there's two folks. There's Dusty. So happy to see you. Thanks, Dusty. I know it's been a while. How are you doing? And you're the number one poster in the live stream right now. I don't know why it's saying, well, there's 9 of you now. DMV, shalom. And hang on, the green lettering, shalom SK. Wow. I cannot see it. Harbor Prepper. Okay, Matt Haynes. Hello from Kansas. Chris Bulldog. Shalom. And Pandy. Hey, SK.
All the cool kids.
That's right. Normally I don't see Pandy on the live streams. Off today up in Southwest Missouri. Right on. Got 3 thumbs up already. Thank you very much. So I decided to call the live stream update 2025 because I haven't seen I haven't done a live stream in a while, and it's because I've been so busy. We have just so much going on this year. Had 2 grandbabies born. That was the biggest part of not being able, not having time to do videos. Was a lot of time spent traveling back and forth and helping out with the new moms, etc. And then when summer hit, kind of running behind, and we had a totally different situation this summer. Really, really busy with people and not so much the garden and activities and so on. I finally got around to leveling the, what do you call it, footer? It's an inside footer. Yeah, for the garden shed. That is now level. So with that project, the update is I will start building the floor framing and get a floor in it, and then I will put a roof on it. And that's going to keep going on. Like sometimes these sheds go up fast and sometimes they don't. The good news is the other shed that I built a couple of years ago for animals is still up, still very warm inside. No problems with that construction, and it's been used several times, including as a napping place for a pregnant cow. And she's a big girl. She goes into that little shed and somehow fits herself in there. And it'll be a good shelter over the winter time because it does have a shingle roof on it, and the 3 sides are pretty closed in. So let me see who else is here. There's Terra Firma, number 2. Kermo Bear, shalom. Kermo Bear just this morning made some comments on my post, and I just had to do a post on that one plant because it was freaking me out with the berries and the colors, and how the fact that it's an invasive species does not surprise me because it is growing like a weed does, uncontrolled and climbing over top of everything. So that's another issue that will have to be dealt with now, starting in 2025, since we figured out what it is. And so we will have to work on that fellow as much as we have to work on the other endemic weed that, I've done videos on and have been fighting this summer, and it's winning because of all the rain. There's Dirty Roofer. Hello. Good morning, and Come On Bear said shalom, and shalom. SK and crew, I've missed you all. So something else that I just got back online doing the video and the live stream and everything is the community page on my channel. When I'm on the phone, the mobile app, it says posts. When I'm on the computer, it says community. Now, I guess, has a feature where you guys can interact more. I don't know. If one of you wants to try to upload a picture in there, I'd be interested in if you are able to do that nowadays. And it said you guys can chat with each other in there. I don't know about that either. I don't know if they've updated it or if they've changed it or if it's just where you can add a comment. But I would really appreciate if you guys will go check it out and see if there's anything new in there. Well, there's Miss Cluck Cluck. Hello, Sister Kate. Long time I have this invasive species as well, all over my raspberries. I have to clear it every year, hoping that I got it all. Dusty says, you ever need a volunteer to help build, just holler. Construction and electrical for on and off grid is my main thing. Other than that, I'm a tactical security officer. Interesting. Thank you for offering your assistance there. I find these little projects that I'm doing personally very fulfilling because I never had time while being a mom to work on something like this, and my skills are so rudimentary, but like with that one shed, I try to make them sturdy, and so that's my goal. And I do sometimes have consultants who help me on it, but I also like using the pallets as the base because they're being thrown away, and to me it's almost like you have the framing done. I know they're not perfect, but it saves me time and effort to have a pallet that has a frame that I can hang things on. There's Novice Prep Garden. People are doing well. Health-wise, I'm doing just fine. That's another part. I don't understand why I can't read the green letters right now. Maybe I don't have my lighting on my phone up as high as it could be. Because normally I can read them no problem. Or it could be the glare. I did remember finally to have a support for the live streams because normally when I have a live stream, it's on the fly and I don't have anyone to hold the phone, so I hold it with my hand and it's kind of shaky, and then my hand gets tired and I have to switch hands, and there's a lot of stuff there. I've got it on a support this time, so I have both hands free. Yay! And I'm also, to read your comments, I have to look down so my eyes look more closed. But if I look at where the camera actually is, maybe if I flip the phone over, that would work better in the future. Anyway, my eyes look open. You can see my eyes and everything, but then I can't read your comments. Jimmy Armstrong, Pittsburgh, Mississippi. Thank you for the live show. Well, thank you for stopping by, Jimmy Armstrong. So what else? Oh, normally on the channel in June, I do halfway through the year, make some predictions about what you think is going to happen in the second half of the year. And then in December, I do predictions for the upcoming year. And it's sort of like a review in June to see how many people have gotten it right. And we do it again at the end. Totally blew by. Like June came and went, too busy, didn't even think of it. Sorry for that, y'all. I'm pretty sure I'll remember to do the one in December. And there's a lot of thought, because we got a lot of different things moving in this year than we did last year with the election and Trump and his presidency and the changes he's making. Also in the international happenings there's things heating up in Southeast Asia. We still have the Ukraine-Russian deal going on. There's it's not rioting, it's protests in Europe, like in Britain and so on, over farm issues, and then the whole Charlie Kirk assassination has thrown a little wrench in the normal political happenings, and that's worldwide too. There were protests and memorials and support for him all over the world, all sorts of countries. So that is going to play into predictions for 2026, I'm sure. And I think it'd be really interesting what you all say in December. Red's heater, she isn't even looking at the road. People like this don't deserve a license. Ha 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 ha. As if I'm driving. Yeah, it's Uber, right? I mean, an Uber. I have an Uber driver so that I can shoot live stream videos for my channel. I'm that rich and popular. I have that many subscribers. Yes. Woo! See, I let go of the wheel just then. Woo! I live dangerously. Straight kitten. You guys, there's a lot of happening internationally going to affect my 6-year-old overseas getting nightly calls from Korea, Japan, and Brazil. Wow. Someone said, say hi to you, sweetie.
Hi.
Dirty Roofer. Dirty Roofer's been a subscriber of mine for a while. And then Harbor Prepper, Red Prepper, say hello to your chauffeur. He's not just a chauffeur, you guys. He's a bodyguard. Right? And a maintenance guy. He's a lot of things. We moved our chicken coop last month and 16 tomato plants emerged from the kitchen scraps. I love that. I love volunteer plants. I think it's amazing. Something else that happened just recently is I was able to pick some apples from some trees that I didn't think were going to have any fruit on them. And they were like at the end of the ripe stage, if you know what I mean. Like all the really nice ones had already fallen, so these are the guys at the end. So they're kind of dry-ish. But since I wasn't expecting it, I'm super excited, and I'm bringing them with me to, what do you call it? To cut them up. Even if they have a bad spot on one side, there's enough flesh on it that I'm going to cut the good flesh off, and I'm going to do something with them. It's going to either be applesauce, apple pie, apple tart, apple cobbler, something. And Pastor and I got to enjoy them yesterday with crackers and cheese. We had some sharp cheddar slices and these Fuji apple slices that I cut off of them with some spicy brown mustard on a cracker, and it was really yum. Like, there's nothing. I mean, and I buy store-bought apples. I do. I don't hate store-bought apples, but there's nothing like a fresh apple flavor, even if it's a little overripe. And the trees, there's a variety. So there was some Fuji, but there's also one tree that had a green apple on it, and I picked that. I'm going to use that. And then there's a Macintosh apple that the tree itself had gotten barked by some goats, and so I cut that part off, and then shoots came out of the roots, and now those shoots are big enough that they're bearing some fruits. There's some Macintosh apples as well, and I cannot wait to taste the Macintosh because, as many of you people know, it's an old school kind of apple, and it's not something you see in the stores very regularly, so I'm very interested in the flavor of that one. We can't afford to waste food grown the right way. Exactly right. Deer wiped out my younger apple trees. I should have protected them better. Well, even if they like chew off all the leaves, if the root's alive, it may yet grow a shoot and come back. Let's see what else people say. Thanks for sharing this live stream. It is a blessing to hear your voice today. Have a wonderful day. Well, thank you very much. I think from the first day you did your channel, Dirty Roofer said. Yeah, I think you've been on there a long time. There's a Ledwin Mayer, a chauffeurian chauffeur. Yes. And I can't see. Oh, yeah, Linda Hipple. Yay! She's a long-time subscriber, too, and she's a plant lady. Linda, did you see the post about the porcelain berry? I've been getting a bonus late harvest of tomatoes and peppers. The wicked heat of July all but shut them down, but with the current stretch of more temperate days and nights, they come roaring back. That's very exciting, Harbor Prepper. We have a few plants that are doing that too. and it's kind of endemic to our area that heat just suppresses so many of the plants, and the bugs are part of that equation as well. Like the bugs are just crazy while it's hot. They're growing in number. I'm fighting them with the DE. And then once the cool comes, the bugs kind of slow back down, and things like cabbage plants that I had, and I had already cut the cabbage heads off in the early part of the summer and made sauerkraut out of it. But I left the plants, and I noticed they will grow little heads. Even though the big one's gone, they'll have little side sprouts and stuff. And so they stayed alive through the heat, and now they're growing new leaves back. And so are some of my collard plants that were just, stripped down to almost nothing. They come back. So it is kind of fun and exciting to have that happen. Here, I'll be able to do it this way. Linda. Been dry here. Avocados are small. They ripened early. Yes, I did try. Okay, I knew you might know something, Linda. And the funny thing about that post is PJ got up earlier than me. He saw that people on there had identified that plant for me, and I thanked them on the post. But he saw all the comments before I did. And he told me about some of the comments people made, and I didn't see them until like 3 minutes ago. They suddenly were there on the page. And I know it's probably because this phone is, a little, that's very uneven, is a little janky phone. It's an older phone and it doesn't have as much memory. And so those comments didn't show up as quick on my phone as they did on his phone. So let me hang on. Oh, so much. Nope, that won't work. Kermo bear. The squirrels are my major problem. You need a cat or a dog to keep those squirrels down.
Pellet gun.
Pellet gun, my husband says. Sorry, but I need to get back to work. Stay safe and have a great day. That's Red Prepper. The hornworms have got after my tomatoes this year. Yeah, they're always an issue. Luckily, my main producing tomato plants were in that raised bed that PJ made for me. And so the soil is really good in there. And the plants, they got a portion of the tomato plants. But there was enough production that it didn't hinder me from making several quarts of tomatoes. So I was happy about that. But yeah, that blue light, purple light thing that you can do at night with them and they glow, that's really the way to get them, is to do that light out there and then pick them off. And chickens will eat them. They're very happy to take care of them once you get them. All right, that's Linda. My pineapple are tall and should bloom in spring. Awesome. My grandchildren found out about the growing pineapples, and so they already have like 4 tops that they're going to start growing, putting in soil. My first time this year, I made sauerkraut. How did it do? I've made it before, and I have the little Korean kimchi maker plastic things that you can just make it right there on your counter, and it's very easy. Mine is pretty salty. I suppose you could rinse it before you served it, but it's not hard to make, and I do enjoy having it with hot dogs and things. I live deep in the woods. Up here this year, the ticks were insane, hoping to get a bit harder winter to help wipe them out better. Possums eat ticks. Supposedly, possums eat ticks. Also, we had a lot of ticks in the spring and then almost none up in the summer. And I got my Rocky Mountain spotted fever in the spring, in the earlier part, before the hot weather came. So yeah, I'm tick. I just take it in stride, I guess. Like, my bites don't normally, well, that's not true. My bites in the past, some of them have gotten really bad, and then I found out the redness and swelling were actually an allergic reaction to what I was treating the bite with. And when my nurse practitioner told me that and gave me a very specific antibiotic cream to use on them, I had no mold. And my tick bites really don't bother me that much. I'm not scratching and itching at them all the time and everything. Benadryl and, excuse me, Benadryl and baking soda paste usually take care of them pretty quickly for me. But I did get Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and I was already on doxycycline because of a bite that looked infected. And I was tested for Rocky Mountain spotted fever for that bite because it had been more prevalent in my area. That and ehrlichios or ehrlichiosis, tick-borne illness. So I was already on that doxy, so my symptoms were not really that bad. But it is serious. It's a serious thing. And if you ever feel, sick, flu-like symptoms after a tick bite, go get checked. They have to take your blood and send it off to the CDC or somebody. Are you driving? Yes, I'm driving, and I have this phone right in front of my face so I can talk to my followers and then look. Woo! Sometimes I take my hands off the wheel just for excitement. Our biggest threat to fruit trees are black bears and wild boars. Well, yeah, it's a pretty big threat. You might have to grow them inside. Looking like SK driving in Europe. So far, it's not moldy, but it's salty. Yeah, sauerkraut is going to be salty. Salted cabbage is the basis for sauerkraut and kimchi. Although kimchi can also be radish or cucumber or whatever. Salt is a preservative. It hinders certain things from growing in food. Any advice on the Asian beetles? They wiped out my kale and my grapevines. I don't. In the past, what I've done is I go out there and physically crush them with my hands. I go out there, and whenever I see them, I crush them. I know chickens will eat the beetles if they can get them. So if you don't have chickens, you might want to get them. Another way to deal with it, you got to be active. If you're not going to use a chemical, you have to be active. It's to put a bucket of water under the plants and then hit the plants so the beetles fall down and they'll drown. But sometimes bugs overwhelm my plants too. Like my kale outside were pretty much leafless during the heat, and some of those flat beetles, stink bugs and stuff destroyed 4 out of 6 of my plants, and now 2 of them are coming back. So I do sprinkle everything that's getting eaten by bugs with DE, and sometimes it's effective and sometimes it's not. Sometimes the bugs win. Linda Hipple might have advice too. She's a really good gardener. I'm sorry to hear that. Ticks are scary. I was determined to be out in the woods, and I was getting those bites. And I was not wearing any protection at all because I don't like the deep woods off and stuff chemicals. I don't like the deep. But that's when my nurse practitioner gave me the permethrin cream. I think it's like 0.5% or 5%, and that can be put on, and that's a pretty good repellent. And also a nurse in her practice told me if you eat B1 vitamin every day, that ticks don't like B1 in your system for whatever reason. And so after I started using those 2 things, I had very few tick bites the rest of the summer through the heat. There's Brandy Gray. Shalom. Good morning. Thanks for commenting on my video, Brandy. The bees in my area have been very aggressive recently. Our bees have 2. We have some bees. They're probably yellow jackets. They live underground, and both my granddaughter and I were stung when I was pulling weeds too close to them, and I didn't know they were there. Excuse me. And so I got all geared up with my grandson. We had flying insect spray and anti-wasp spray, the both of us, and we went down to where we thought they were, and we sprayed the crap out of that whole area. And the next week, somebody else got stung. So we did not get rid of that colony.
Gotta pour gasoline.
Yeah, we've got some bad gas that came out of that Jeep, and I think we're going to use that gasoline next. And I've got those fire sticks. My grandson wants to defend himself with a fire stick too, so we'll make a second attempt. Cover kale cabbage with insect row cover. She's talking about like physical netting. I have tried that, but mine was not. It was kind of slipshod, so the bugs still got into them, but I think that is a decent idea. If you can cover them in a way that the bugs can't get in, that really does help. That's why some of my plants like that are in my greenhouse. Probably armadillo, woodchuck, kitty cat. Dangerous, crossing a highway. There's a little known SAT treatment for alpha-gal syndrome. Tell us more about that, Stray Cat. What is SAT? Avon Skin So Soft.
That's deep.
It has DEET in it. Skin So Soft has DEET, which is also what Deep Woods Off has. They're sober party. And it's that. It's really hard for me to read them. Yes. Lone Star Living's here. Yay! I've got a couple of moderators to back me up. We had to dip our uniforms from Methrin, 10 for horses, and 5 or 10% we walk. Homeless camps to keep track of some stuff up there, and always an issue with bugs over there and the shelters. I mean, I've had permethrin, the full strength stuff for animals, to spray goats and stuff for bugs and
I sprayed my
shoes.
hands.
Yeah, you can also get the full strength stuff and spray your clothes and let it dry, and then wear the clothes and the clothes repellent if you don't want to put it on your skin. It's effective. I mean, I don't love chemicals, but the first day I had it, I put it on all over. I put it on all over the place, but it's pretty effective. And so now I just kind of put it around my ankles and behind my knees. I don't feel the need to have it head to foot. Another thing that will repel some bugs, mosquitoes and stuff, is to crush lemon balm leaves and get the lemon balm leaf oil on your skin. Mosquitoes don't really like it. It's what's mixed with citronella in those pots to, mosquito repellent. There is Coal Miner's Daughter. Howdy. I don't remember, but when I heard about alpha-gal syndrome, I searched about it, and a channel called Purple Honey Farms has a video about how it cured her. But we know a few people with it, and it's not doing great for any of them. Yeah. Now, some people do recover from it. It takes a couple of years, but for some people, it just keeps getting worse. Always helps to learn to keep standing water to a minimum for mosquitoes. Absolutely. We have ponds too, so. What else? Update 2025. We have some cattle on the property. We still have goats. We have sheep.
Geese.
There are geese and ducks, but I'm not the only one taking care of them all. We do have little helpers. My chicken flock's not big. I gave away several sets of chickens. I think last year it was. I had more than one rooster, and I had many hens, just from people giving me chickens and chickens hatching out. And so friends in need got like a chicken starter pack. I'd give them a rooster and a couple of hens, and I did that I think 3 or 4 times. So I'm back down to enough hens for 2 people to live off of, 10. But I couldn't resist. I went through a TSC or Atwoods or something, and they had some pullets for sale called Blue Sapphire. I've never had a bird like that before. I've had all kinds of the old school varieties. And so I thought, most of my birds right now are red-ish from the brown Sussex that I had. And then my rooster for several years was red rooster. So the offspring are these like speckled red birds. And they're great. They're good little layers. They're hardy. And a couple of them hatched a few chicks this year. But I like a color variety in my chicken flock. So I got these Blue Sapphires, and they are now almost old enough to start laying eggs. And the majority of eggs I'm getting right now, just because of the bloodline of my hens are green. There was a Americana rooster way back, and his daughters are still laying green eggs. So yeah. Gotta go, little. Linda says, sorry. It's okay, Linda. No worries. Have a great day. Oh, and I made wine. I don't think I posted anything about it, but because the rain was pretty good in our area this year, the grapes were actually round and had fluid in them, where in the past they were more like raisins, because we had droughts and stuff. And between bugs and mold and grandchildren visiting, I was able to have enough grapes to make wine, about 1.75 gallons. So it's already done. It's refrigerated. I think it tastes pretty good. It's very sweet because that's the recipe I use. So Sukkot this year will have the blessing, the
New one.
Yeah, the new wine, which I think is what was going on at the wedding in Cana when Yeshua was there. They talked about new wine. It's pretty yummy. So Brandy Gray says 13 hens to raccoon, lost 13 hens to raccoons last month. Luckily,
Those raccoons.
I was left with a rooster and 6 hens. Yeah, PJ said trap them. I have successfully live trapped several raccoons, squirrels, not so much possums, and I normally rehome them because they can be very destructive. Did you say Evans? Yes, it contains DEET. That helps it as a bug repellent. I don't think DEET has anything to do with alpha-gal being cured. How did you make the wine? In old milk jugs with rubber bands and balloons by chance, Dusty said. My son said my first try at wine tasted like prison wine. But no, normally in the past I've used a 5-gallon bucket. There's a recipe on food.com. If you put in wild grape wine or Grandma Pat's wine, it comes up, and it's that recipe. But this year I actually used a crock. The thing about making wine is you never use a metal container, and I had been making it in plastic 5-gallon buckets. But I decided I was tired of using plastic for cookware and stuff like that, so I used a 3-gallon crock, and it took 11 days. It's a great recipe, easy. It's hard to mess it up. I've got 2 videos on my channel about making that wine. You need yeast, which the first year I used bread yeast, and the other years I'm using wine yeast. I think you could capture yeast. Anyway, yeah. I did not use balloons. I went ahead and bought the airlock systems, but I didn't even need it. Like, it's basically done when it comes out. I could bottle it, but I'm really busy this year.
In a glass bottle, it would ensure the wine would get less sweet or you let it sit there with the water in it.
Yeah, I had that, but the way I understand that is once it stops bubbling in there, it's done, and it wasn't bubbling.
Well,
So I think I might have had to add some more yeast to it or something to do that, and I just didn't feel like doing it. There is Rahul Prajapati, who's from India. That's pretty cool. But the message was retracted. That's too bad. Prajapati. Okay, let's see. There's a message held for review. I don't know whose message that was. I don't think I did that. I shared a post on the community page, picture of the lotion we use to ward off chiggers and ticks. I think hubby gets it via Amazon. Well, Terra Firma, thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I think in the past, you guys couldn't put pictures up there. You could make comments. But the notice from YouTube said something like your members will be able to have conversations with each other. And I don't remember, I don't think I saw it say that they could post pictures, but it's good to know that you could. So for anybody who's going to do that, just know I will be editing things. If anything goes up on there that's unacceptable, you'll be blocked or kicked off the channel. And I don't expect my followers to do any of that. But, if there's any trolls or anything like that, just know that we're not going to allow it to become some weird situation. It's for crew members and people who are interested in Torah and gardening and off-grid living and all that stuff, or adventure stuff, to post up there. Okay, let's see. Oh, maybe Avon has a new Skin So Soft formula. I don't think their original bottle of Skin So Soft did. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that my mother-in-law's used to use it and said it did keep bugs off of her. My grandma used to do that also. In Asia, we use small, clean trash cans and use plums to make umeshu, plum wine.
sounds pretty.
Dusty's got an interesting past. She's an international traveler. I remember that correctly. Okay, you guys, I'm going to give this live stream about 3 more minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off just because we're heading into the sun, and I have to squint my eyes. And I also am getting thirsty. So, last updates for this live stream. We talked about animals. Oh, PJ's knee doing a lot better. And his puppy, you did do videos with your puppy, right?
Not many, but yeah.
Yeah, he got a new puppy from some friends of ours who are amazing homesteaders. They have sheep stuff going on, just technical, hardy sheep and butcher their own meat and all sorts of fun stuff. Also, my editor for my book, and they have been breeding and keeping livestock guardian dogs for quite a while. And so they had a litter last December timeframe, and they contacted us and said, "Hey, do you want a puppy? We'd like to make sure they go to a good home, and we know that, your dog passed away and so on." And it's this livestock guardian dog, Pyrenees Anatolian mix.
So it's a Tornado.
Right. Well, I was setting you up to give them. So I told my husband, I said, "Look, I don't want any more puppies. I don't want to deal with puppies. I've raised puppies for like 40 years. I got too much on my plate." But he really wanted another dog. And so we got this puppy. And it was absolutely adorable little fluff ball of white and black face markings, right? And of course, any puppy's cute. And it became very apparent that this dog had a great temperament too. It was very submissive. It was very friendly. It's intelligent. Not a lot of issues with it going to the bathroom in the house. It loves being outside. Spends most of the day outside. And so it is now 9 months old-ish, which for any dog person you've got, you're 3/4 of the way to its first year. And when dogs turn a year old, there's a lot of changes I've noticed. Like aggressive dogs, as they mature, get more aggressive, and male dogs get, more interested in female dogs, and female dogs go into heat and get bred, and just all sorts of stuff happens. He's gone from this cute, fluffy little pup to, I don't know, 90 pound. I mean, he's not real fat. He's kind of wolf looking. He's big. He's still very submissive. He's still friendly-ish and follows us everywhere. Very good at, monitoring his people. It has not been a real big problem with the animals at all right now. But he does like to find dead carcasses and chew on them. So I'm trying to make sure that I take them away and not let him just devour the dead animals. When a hen dies or a chick dies and I don't find him right away. And he's been introduced to lots of people in his 9 months, so he's doing pretty well there. Well, we found out he's not an Anatolian Pyrenees mix. He's a Tornyak, which is
like a Balkans livestock guardian dog.
Balkans livestock guardian dog. I thought it was Turkish, but whatever. He's not the one. He's this Tornyak.
Like
Bosnian Serbian livestock guardian dog. I have no idea where my friend got these things, but he is being, so far, a very non-stressful dog, which I'm grateful for, and effective. One thing
keeping the deer off the figs.
Yeah, he's kept the deer off the figs. He does tend to hear like the coyotes at night and go bark at him. The one thing that he started to do that both of us are like, not so excited about is he literally barks all night long. He gets out as soon as he walks out the door. When the sun has gone down, he starts barking. Like maybe he smelled something, maybe he saw something, maybe it's just in his DNA. But then he's barking and barking and barking. Every once in a while, he'll lay down and be quiet. But we've had to bring him inside several times because it's like, look, it's 1 a.m. and he's still at it, and I need to sleep. So that'll be my last update. Someone said, autumnal blessings to one and all. Prep on and pray more. Shalom. I love that. Prep on. Harbor Prepper. Thank you for the chat, Mrs. Gluck said. Gotta go do laundry, etc. Okay, so thank you so much for coming to the live stream, y'all. And we will see what happens in the future. I don't know yet. Hopefully I feel motivated to post more. I do like the live streams. All right, y'all. Bless you. Shalom.